Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Seems like I start that, I can't stop till I get all the way through.
You got to run the whole thing.
That's it. How are you, sir?
I'm better, thank you. I apologize for missing the past couple of weeks. I was, and I thank everybody for their cards and sympathy and phone calls and texts and all the other things on the passing of my mom, and I thank you for that. So we're back, and she's in a better place. And I'm back where I belong, in my place.
Scooter and I, we held the fort down for you.
I knew you would. I had no doubt that you guys would do a good job.
Yeah, I said we held it down. I didn't say we did a good job of keeping it under control, but we did hold it down.
Yes, you did.
Things are the same, busy,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We had Baxter County Fair Board here. Are y'all participating in the fair as the Z team?
I got other things to do.
Lots of other
God's
fish to
honest
fry.
truth. Yeah, I got other things going on.
Yeah.
We used to do it. I mean, that's that, and you should do that when you're getting started and you don't know anybody here, and you don't know how to. That's where you go and you learn your people skills. Mm-hmm. You go there and you start to talk to people, and you start to develop your little banter, and you start to what to say, what not to say, how to say things, how to read people a little bit when they're coming through. Mm-hmm. You know, you get the people
who to talk about and who not to talk about.
Yeah, you don't talk about anybody because everybody, and that's the other thing you learn, because everybody here is related to somebody else.
That's my point.
So you got to be real careful with that. But just to be able to talk to people and start to learn how you work on your people skills, and that's so important.
Yeah, you give me a hard time about knowing who has this or who has that or who does what.
Yep.
That's exactly where I pick a lot of that up at, is because you learn about the old Smith farm that was sold to the Joneses, who ended up giving them to the Jacksons, and they had 6 kids and they all took a portion of it, and here's who's got what left. And it's an acquired skill.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you just keep up on stuff. When Mr. Prevey was here, he mentioned that back in the 40s when they used to meet at Buford, and it was just a big gathering of friends and family, and then it evolved to what is now the Baxter County Fair, and they would bring their huge pumpkins and their big cucumbers and their bright red tomatoes, and they would do some swapping around.
Yeah.
Our world needs some of that again.
Oh, definitely.
And thank God for these small community fairs.
Yes, sir.
These county fairs that are going around.
Because this one, and then we've got ours in Marion in September, middle of September. It's like the 13th, 14th, and 15th, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. And, to see people get together and they see people that they haven't seen for a year. They get together and that's what all these county fairs, that's really what they did start as, showing off what you've grown during the course of the summer, mm-hmm. and showing off your pigs and your cows and ducks, whatever else it may be. That's true Americana.
And then it won't be long before it'll be time for the turkey trot.
Oh yeah.
And that's just another
big event.
Just another gathering of friends and family.
Yes. Oh yeah. And no more. And they figured it out last year. They threw stuffed turkeys.
Stuffed turkey,
little toy turkeys,
Yeah.
little. And nobody got hurt. The birds are all good. Life is good. We were able to continue on.
There you go.
But truly, that is Americana, and that's one of the things that people come here for. They want to see that part of America that they've got up in here. Petticoat Junction, Real McCoys, the things
Green
that they
Acres.
Green Acres, that they grew up with, and that's what they're looking for. Now it's not here, but they're trying to duplicate it in some ways.
Mountain Home is not Mayberry, but it's the closest you're going to get.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Cities are very, very scary right now, Bob. Very scary.
You were in Chicago for your mom, and how relieved. At what point on that trip does your blood pressure start coming back to normal?
Just as soon as you go out of the driveway and you make the left instead of the right. Things are bad in these cities. I mean, we see it, but you can see why people are trying to get here the way they are. And then it's the same in Denver. It's the same. We talk to people from all over, and they're all just, had enough. just had enough.
When you travel like you do, especially when you go back up north, do you have a tendency to pick up the real estate papers and see what's happening in those areas?
I just kind of blow through them a little bit because I know that the markets aren't the same, and we're going to sell Ma's house, and I gave them some suggestions, and I told my sisters, I said, this is the girl that they picked. That's fine. We kind of gave them a list here. Pick these because they all have done business here. Linda was on it down here and could tell, and to be able to have them, to tell them, look, this is her market. I can give you some ideas, but go with whatever she tells you to do because she works here all the time. I know how the big market works, but all these little individual suburbs and subdivisions and things like that, they're all unique. I said, she'll know what to do. So my sister texted me yesterday and said, "Oh God, what a star she is! She's going to be great." And okay, good. That's all I want to know. I just want it to go smooth. That's all.
Just get her done.
Exactly. Just get it done.
You've had a little bit of time. You've done some research. You've pulled some numbers back from 2019 up to present. Let's go over those a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. We had talked about this before. When every week I do a year-to-date comparison between this year and the previous year. So I went back to 2019, and in 2019 there were 716 sales for $106 million. Time on market was 134 days, so pushing 3 months. The average sale price was 148. Now that was pre-COVID. 19 was totally pre-COVID. For 20, as COVID was starting to set in a little bit, there had been 723 sales year to date for $116 million. 146 days on market with an average sale price of 161. So market was starting to come up a little bit. People were starting to come here. We were selling off some of the homes that had been unoccupied for a while, that were sitting, that when we were looking at homes, there were 500 homes on the market. Those were starting to sell. In 2021, there were 824 sales here in our MLS year to date for $160 million, 91 days on market. That number just really shrunk up with an average sale price of 194. So that was a pretty big jump. For last year, there were 788 sales for $173 million. The average sale price was 220 with 83 days on market. Now last year the interest rates were starting to affect us, and people were buying things. Anything that was there, they were just kind of looking for a win. They missed a house, they missed another house, and they were buying things just to get here. And then for this year, the interest rates have fully kicked in, and we're down to 682 homes, which still isn't a bad number. 682 and having there we go. 682 homes have sold, for $156 million. The average sale price this year is $228 with 89 days on market. So in a matter of 5 years, the average sale prices have jumped from $148,000 to $228,000. And that's a pretty big, for this area here, that's a
$80,000 jump.
Yeah, that's a big jump in a pretty short period of time. And now with the interest rates being what they are, we're starting to see the market starting to slow down because you can't afford both. You can't afford that much of a rate increase on homes plus a 7+% interest rate. We're looking for the rates to probably come down a little bit this week. The 10-year note fell some yesterday, and that's what it's based on. It's not based on the other thing. The prime rate. It's based on the 10-year note. That 10-year note fell a little bit yesterday. We'll see how that shakes out into mortgage rates. But I foresee things getting loosening up a little bit. But we're seeing the market slowing down. We look at as I look at the numbers for the week, the number of homes that have came on the market has picked up some. The number of sales has fallen some. Using the number of how many taking backups. We were running 5, 6, 7 taking backups. This week there's only 3. So the market, and it's slowing down a little bit anyway. You got school started, and we, those are all considerations into this. The political aspect starts to take effect. We go into presidential years. That's always slows down. I mean, you can follow that map 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's that the presidential years are just tough, and they will get tougher coming into 24. There's no question.
Rumor has it that since it's a presidential election year, that the rates will come down some.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt that the rates will come down some. Because it's always the Bill Clinton's guy. He came out and he put the sign up on the wall. It's the economy, stupid, and that's exactly what it is. It's the economy. It's what do people feel when they go to the store, when they try to buy a gallon of milk, put gas in their car, try to buy a home, pay rent. I mean, the rents are like amazing. What people are getting for rent. Because there just isn't, and it's all supply and demand.
You call it amazing, I call it crazy.
Yeah. We're pretty close.
You have numbers for last week?
I do. This week in real estate, there were 49 new listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 33 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $34,000 to $1.1 million. And like I say, there's 3 of those that are taking backups. There were 46 sales, 1 commercial property, 13 parcels of land, 21 homes sold. They range in price from $59,000 to $595,000. Average sale price this week was $280,000 with 71 days on market, and a total of $8.6 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 7 properties expired, 25 had price changes, and we have 65 pendings waiting to close. Currently, there's 265 homes listed on the MLS, so that number has been steadily rising and rising and rising, and that's the good thing of it is it's more people will come if they have more than 1 or 2 houses to look at, and that's really where we need to be. Like I had said before, year to date, this year there's been 788 homes have sold for $173 million. Average sale price this year is $220,000 with 83 days on market, and that was wrong. This year, there's been 682 homes have sold for $156 million. Average sale price this year is $228 with 89 days, and last year it had been $220,000. So the interest rates are right now. I got my email from Chris Nassari. 30-year is 7.125 with the 1% with a 1% fee. On a 15-year loan, it's 6.75 with the 1% origin. Boy, I'm never going to get there. I'll never get it right. FHA is 6.5, and VA is 6.5, and rural RD loans are 6.5 with the 1% fee on that as well. So, and I'd expect it to fall a little bit this year. This year, the next couple, but don't. Yeah, the interest. Well, but they do have to buy because your debt to income ratio is still the same. People are making more money, but they're not making that much money to make up the difference with the cost of the house plus the interest rates.
So, but you may have to buy a little lesser home.
Right.
The key is if you're ready to get into a home and you have your down payment set, you got all your debt to income ratio set, buy the home. Readjust your interest as it comes down, if it comes down.
Yeah.
The prices of homes aren't going to correct themselves as fast as the interest rate will.
Oh, right. And you can always refi. I mean, what do they marry the house? Date the rate.
Just date the rate.
Yeah, just date the rate, and that's where you're at with that. I mean, and try to, if you go someplace, see if they will do that for you. So look, in the next 6 months, if the rates drop 0.5%, can we refi this without some of the fees on there?
Put it in your contract.
Get it done when you're sitting down talking to your bank. Local banks.
How do they get you?
Call my honey. Call my Linda. She's at 870-405-0793. Look at the website, retiredarkansas.net. All the MLS is on our website. It's current. Stay off of Zillow and Trulia if you're looking at homes. You're just going to make your head hurt. Best thing to do, get a good realtor, get somebody who knows the business. If you're thinking of coming on the market, if you have to come on the market, give us a call. And because we're as I go through these every week, we're seeing some that there are realtors that are taking any listing at any cost. And you're not helping the clients at all.
No.
And then people think that that's how much their house is worth. And so then when you go back in on the second round, because they didn't sell, they go, well, they said it was worth this much. And it's hard to go in and tell them, well, yeah, well, they were really, really wrong.
Somebody's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're still on the market. So
Yeah.
if it was priced right, you would have had, how many
go.
showings did you have? That's the other big thing, is how many showings you can tell right away.
This has been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793,
Yes, sir.
retiredarkansas.net.
There you go.
We'll be back in just a moment. Friday Sports, Coach Steve Airy, Coach Greg Crow.
Go Bombers.